Okay, you're now live.
Okay.
17 passwords to use in my past.
Okay.
Okay, so we are back in live. We have item 8 on the agenda, 8A, outstanding business change order trail construction contract. Travis, I'm assuming we'll be looking to you for an update.
Absolutely. So where we're at is we have 180,000 remaining in our financial commitments for the Hiawatha Highlands portion of our trails. Recall, we have a separate kind of project, which is the Wishart Park project. So we're 180,000 remaining. We have the opportunity, and that must be spent by the end of this year. And obviously our summer construction season runs till, maybe around Thanksgiving. What I would like to recommend is that we allocate $114,000 as a change order to Precambrian and a $60,000 change order to Holocene, and we're going to keep $6,000 for that's already allocated.
Out of the 180.
Out of the 180 for signage, which is a requirement. The logic behind that is we're going to add 2 new enduro trails, which is like a technical downhill course, which we have the ability to build out a handful of events with. We're going to be doing some outreach to the Lake Superior Enduro Series, which includes Michigan, Minnesota, and ideally we would be the first Canadian venue, and they seem to be receptive to that. And there's the expansion of our Big Kahuna Trail as well, which we've already completed, but the 2 enduro trails would be above the scope that we're currently looking at, and we have the ability to potentially add a 3rd with that as well. So based on like we were dealing with some very challenging rock terrain there, plus the the ability to really move quickly on these events, I think that is a wise spend, overlaid with the fact that we have to spend this money on trail development by October.
That's
Is that because of NOHFC?
Yeah.
We've been asked the same thing.
Our agreement with NOHFC terminates at the end of this year.
And so that's 180,000 that we've already earmarked. You're just looking for a redistribution on it?
Yeah, so there's 180,000 for trail development plus signage. 6,000 will go to signage. The remainder is going to trail development. I'm seeking permission to allocate it to the 2 existing contractors that we have working out there. The $60,000 to Holocene would go towards continuing to expand our network out at Farmer Lake, which we are going to be hosting a fat bike race as part of Bonsu. These trails would be tied into that event as well. And we're also looking at potentially some additional trails, which would lean into next year's Ontario Cup. So I think we need to build these trails. We've got the 2 contractors out there. The work makes a lot of sense, and it's going to allow us to host more events. So that's why I'm recommending these 2 change orders.
So just for a little bit of clarification, the Holocene Trail one would be amended. Previously, it was resolved to not exceed $176,974. It would be amended to read not to exceed $236,974. The Precambrian would go from $276,760 to $390,007. So just redistribution.
That's the resolution that we passed a long time ago for 430,000.
Seems like that way.
Yeah.
Quite a long time ago.
Well, January 23rd, 2024. Wasn't that?
That was the ones where we awarded the contract. The original approval of the money was in March of 2022.
Oh, yeah, for like way back.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when we approved that 400 and whatever thousand.
Yeah.
That
number is totally, I was like, that number is not,
Yeah.
I mean, you said, how much?
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions, comments, or concerns with regards to the redistribution or reallocation of that $180,000 between the contracts that already exist?
But I do have a follow-up.
Sure,
So we're gonna build the bridge,
which are
which are
separate project.
a separate project. And I think so we're gonna build that bridge. How are we gonna get from fourth line to fifth?
So there are pre-existing mountain bike trails, that get us just below fourth line, and then it connects to ski trail to Wishart. So there's probably, when you come out of, Matrix, what would you say, less than a kilometer, maybe a kilometer to fourth line? 700 meters. 700 meters to fourth line. So we utilize that right now. The future development of trails on the Red Pine are contingent of approval from the province because of the fish hatchery. And given where the costs are trending, for the Wishart project, we may not be able to, allocate resources for that particular portion, but we'll still have the trail between City Wishart and, Third Line, which is the most critical path, but you can still access Hiawatha as is on mountain bike trails between the fourth and fifth line.
Because I mean, that's
Yeah,
Well, right.
critical piece, yeah,
go right from water tower.
yeah, yeah.
Right
Exactly.
from here.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, just don't,
Sorry.
sorry.
Okay, so we have, two resolutions in front of us. It's actually three with the two separate contracts. So we'll start with resolution A on the agenda, which is in Tomica, and Richard is abstaining from voting on that one. This resolution reads, be it resolved that Tourism Sault Ste. Marie Board of Directors recommend a contribution of $40,000 through the Tourism Development Fund Product Development Stream to support the 2024 operations and staffing in Tomica and Texas area, and a report be submitted to City Council for consideration and approval. Further be it resolved that this recommendation be conditional upon the signed management agreement between the Canadian Bush Plain Heritage Center and Atomica and Texas area as presented to the board. Do I have a mover for this resolution? Nick and Jeff is the seconder, and I'll call for a vote. And that one carries. So the next two are with regards to the trail construction, and Lawrence has declared a conflict. Thank you. Wow, my words are just.
Ryan, Nick, that's what.
So he will be abstaining from voting. The first one, the previous resolution read, be it resolved that the resolution passed January 23rd, 2024. The read, be it resolved, the Board of Tourism Sault Ste. Marie authorized the chair of the board to enter into contractual agreements with the Pre-Cambrian Natural Surface Trails Inc. for the sum not to exceed $276,760 inclusive of HST for the purpose of mountain bike trail construction and trail expansion in the Algoma Trail Network. Be amended to, be it resolved that the Board of Tourism Sault Ste. Marie authorized the chair of the board to enter into contractual agreements with Precambrian Natural Surface Trails Inc. for the sum not to exceed $390,760 inclusive of HST for the purpose of mountain bike trail construction and trail expansion in the Algoma Trail Network. Do I have a mover?
Can I ask a question when you say that? You said inclusive of HST. Should it not be exclusive of HST?
No, because the most that we will put out, including the
But
HST.
HST doesn't cost us.
That's the way we worded it with the contract was,
Yeah.
that was the.
Yeah, that's the map. So we're spending the full 1.24 million. So this accounts for the all-in amount.
But like I say, HST doesn't cost us anything.
Yeah,
It's a flow through. Eventually.
Eventually,
yeah.
we're hoping.
I mean, it's fine, but.
Yeah,
No.
I think I've accounted for that,
That's the
Richard.
way you did the math, yeah.
Yeah. Cause I checked internally on that, so we're incurring the HST as part of the funds that we're spending
Okay.
on this project. So,
So then maybe with the HST recoup, you can fund that 700 meters.
There you go. You can trust the trail.
Do I have a mover for this resolution as it's read? Jeff, and a seconder? Melissa? And I'll call for a vote on this. And that one carries. Or no, this one also. Inclusive. So the last one here, with regards to Holstein, reads, be it resolved that the Board of Tourism Sault Ste. Marie amend the resolution passed January 23rd, 2024, and read, be it resolved that the Board of Tourism Sault Ste. Marie authorize the chair of the board to enter into a contractual agreement with Holstein Trail Company for the sum not to exceed $176,974.95, inclusive of HST, for the purpose of mountain bike trail construction and trail expansion in the Algoma Trail Network. Be amended to, be it resolved that the Board of Tourism Sault Ste. Marie authorize the chair of the board to enter into contractual agreement with Holstein Trail Company for the sum not to exceed $236,974.95, inclusive of HST, for the purpose of mountain bike trail construction and trail expansion in the Algoma Trail Network. Do I have a mover for this resolution? Dawn and Jeff is the seconder. And I'll call for a vote. And that one carries with vote. Okay, so that covers everything today. Thank you everyone for your time. Next meeting is July the 16th. I will call for a mover to,
What's that, Travis? I know last meeting we put off the presentation for the waterfront plan. I guess you present to us once they come back with the costing and stuff. as well?
in the final design.
Okay.
So the design hasn't been revised since we just did the latest public consultation, so we wanna run through that final design. And any kind of minor changes and the costing, I think makes the most sense for us.
Okay.
And we can also do visitor spending as well. Try to do that all in June, July.
June's just gone. I don't even know.
you blinked.
Honestly, I don't even know. I was like, someone said, oh, that'll be on the 17th. No, that's not. 17th.
A mover to adjourn. Nick,
Yeah, I gotta go.
John, awesome. Thank you everyone for your time today.
Bye. Good day, everybody. You too.